Oke bos, selamat pagi. Jumpa lagi dengan saya Tondoan. Kali ini kita akan kasih ikan baru. Quest. Banyak tugas baru. Ini kalau terbang mereka pakai sih ono sih ember. Sambil kita kita lihat dulu bos. Cek sunnya. Bagus. Gelah. Saat ini koneksinya masih bagus. Kita cek sun. Metode terbang wind glider, sugar glider ya, itulah sugar glider karena dia bisa terbang. Komunisme pengumpulan tangan terbang. Oke. Apakah kita harus memakai si ono? Oh, ada mel ID apa? Banjir ini.
I smell rabbit.
Apakah kita pakai ember yang sudah mempunyai lisensi? Atur ininya, kita pakai si ember sama si ini di bawah. Oke, sip.
Leave it to me.
Pakai ini dulu. Sebentar, aku cek dulu. Update dulu.
Opening an email is the worst idea ever.
Oke guys.
I won't let you down.
Wih, nggak dapet cuy. 2 menit. Rada ke bawah dulu coy. Nah gitu. Oke, sip. Bawah lagi, ke bawah dulu. Sedikit ke bawah. Oke, miring. Aduh, wih nggak nyampe wih. Wah, salah cuy. Cemplung woi. gagal. Kita gagal. Gitu gagal. Ntar dulu. Ini dulu. Cek ship lanjut lagi. Percobaan pertama gagal. Tayo. Berarti kita naik lagi coy. Bisa ngegas berarti kan. Wait, nabrak. Hampir saja. Kelewat coy. Pas nah. Oke, sip. Sukses. Tentang lagi? Masih ada lagi bang? Boleh. Kita lanjut lagi. Udahlah, cukup lah. Udah. Berarti nanti 2 jam lagi ya berarti ya. Semua ini gua dapat semua. Masih 2 jam lagi berarti ini kuesnya ini gua kita normal lagi kan. Sudah 2 jam. Pakai tim utama. Tadi gua mau kemana ya? Oh, di sini coy. Siapa saya? Sekali musim siapa? Ini asalnya masih ini senjata. Oh ini udah nih. Oke, good. Siap. Ayan. Data lagi. Ini yang lain. Ini masih jauh loh ini. Say something. Mana sih? Kita kemari. Kita ke atas. Jalan. Lari. Sambil nyari itu bunga celili capek. Oh, ke atas coy. Kita menuju danau. Dua ya. Betul. Udah mau habis deh. Tambah dulu. Dulu. Kan itu ya. Mengurangi kontak ini, memulihkan charge. Dikit lagi cuy. Oke, sampai gitu. Ternyata ada desa di sini. Ada celili nggak di sini? Aduh, sepertinya tidak ada kembang-kembang. Golden House. Kita cek. Wow. Rumah siapa ini ya? Rumah siapakah ini? Solo ini. Cukup lah ini. Situ di sini aja.
Wow! This is the golden house?
Just. Bos. Oke.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of... This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few... Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of... Oh, right! It's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here?
Di sini yang melawan si lain apa ya?
Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
Oh, di sini kayak ada melawan si lain tempatnya kali lihat itu. Wah, itu dia naganya itu. Apa sih namanya, lupa gua.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
Si Clyde kan?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would if it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information I needed.
Sofianya disembunyikan.
Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple... the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
Okay.
Fighting talk, I love... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me. And don't you dare disappoint. Cowering already?
Ready, steady, go! Go, Barbara!
What's the hurry?
Nice and spicy!
Poor timing. Dodge this! Keep back! You're wide open!
Bubba, get them!
Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a harbinger. No use hiding back there. Has your luck run out? Oh! All you do is run. I taste... Freeze! You've got some skills. Raging tide! No use hiding back there. Got you. This one will be frozen and I'll crush you.
Seperti latihan saja ini, Cok.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Siapa itu?
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you!
Mereka bertarung lagi.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
You didn't take it!
Nice.
Dodge this!
Bubba, get them!
Lupa.
Oh!
Makan dulu, makan dulu. Oh, set.
Dodge this!
Boba, get them!
Die here.
Help! Nice and spicy! Nice and spicy!
You're cut.
Akhirnya.
Look! Child's back to normal!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take...
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of... As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely did. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War, and who has if such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Oh, ternyata pakai itu dia halaman-halamannya itu ya.
Hey, those are sigils of permission.
Simbol seribu jin.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of... With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Oke, sedikit kisah dulu.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Itu ya.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just see.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Battle begin.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. what you're made of then? What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
Cool it! Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun! You can't run! I miscalculated. This was well done. An unfortunate fault.
Get them!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Don't get frostbite.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare they? Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Bitch, you guys attacking again! There are so many between two! We can't
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Take me back. Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Hi.
Time for our flash. Yes, this is it. 2, 1. You can't run.
Let's dance!
This should be fun.
So.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Let's dance!
Selesai. Kita perlu isi darah dulu.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle. Dodge
Over here!
Disgusting.
here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This is it. Freshness my work.
Freeze! Frostbite.
Want to get curious.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
Sini nggak ada nih tadi. Picking.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Jadi situ udah maju ya? Belum aja.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another
Udah
idea.
maju loh gitu.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Top. Seru emang seru.
Is it finally over?
Hah?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed been. The effects of the sigil of permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the overlord of the vortex can make any waves again.
Dapat menyerang kembali.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liu Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liu means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know... 3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generation... But I dared not speak. I could...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the Illuminati.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that...
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks, and thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite!
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus.
Sama dengan dewa kali ya.
Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city, one fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting?
Zhongli. Mana kita lewat mana nih? Lewat sini dah.
That we're organizing?
Cukup.
No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Seeking. Keluar mana weh? Sini bisa betul. Penyakit weh. Waduh, nyangkut. Seeking.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Parlor isn't...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Mana cuy? Atas. Sini.
is out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Atas lagi coy. Tuh. Penunutan. Permisi, aku mau masuk. Tidak boleh masuk deh. Oke. Masuk terus ya, masuk. Balik lagi.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti, 3,000. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking...
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its so I feigned my own death. And indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost it. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. See, all the while, I carried on as Zhong. These things were all a part of my script. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber...
Well then, with the gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with...
Do as you wish.
Terserah.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the my agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Oke, kita kirim dulu, kita lanjut lagi, kita sambung dulu, bersambung, nanti kita lanjut lagi, bos.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Sampai jumpa.